But yeah, man, I don't get what Sony is like thinking right now. So, and it brings me to my main point I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, absolutely.
This PS4 Pro.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Jay, you got to explain to me, who is this marketed for?
It is marketed to people that did not pick up the PlayStation 4 on the first go around. I think it's marketed. They're trying to get ahead of the curve with the HDR stuff. And let's talk about HDR real quick, because everybody's touting that like you need it. It's almost like they're saying you need it to sell the system.
It's the next tech.
But it's not really that. Like,
Have you seen it yet?
I have seen it.
It's amazing.
On the TV.
It's amazing.
Is it needed though?
If looking amazing is needed, then yes.
Look what it does though. It's doing is trying to present a similar range of luminescence to the experience through the human visual system.
Absolutely. But that's the same thing that 1080p did.
But are you really going to appreciate
that? You are. Until you see it.
Can you see it?
Yes, you can see it. You actually can see it. When you see it upscaled, even upscaling on, like, my buddy of mine has Madden. He has a 4K TV. He has a 1S. Yeah. The S1, the 1S, I'm sorry. And the game looks visually better. You know, the resolution is higher, so it's more pixels. Right. It looks sharper. He has a 55. Okay. So that's what sold me. When I told you guys I'm stepping it up. Yeah. After seeing that, and he had HDR, and it was an older TV. It was older. It was on the early edition 4Ks. That one of the ones that originally had for HDR initially. Okay. So it isn't even one of the newer TVs, and it looked amazing. But
so let me ask you this: if Madden was the Madden last year, but you had an HDR TV, that would not change the fact that Madden was garbage.
No, the game itself is still bad. That game was bad.
So that's what I don't get.
No, it's not that. Hold on, before we go on, you're not gonna lose a lot of this. No. Hold on, before we go, let's rewind a little bit. Is HDR needed? That's a relative point, because everyone's going to HDR. All right, but here's the thing:
is everyone though?
The original Sony PS4 is having an HDR patch as well.
Right, but it's not required of the game.
I'm not saying what is their market. This is what the guy from Sony said. All right, quote: "This upgrade is to compete with PC gamers because research has shown that halfway through the life cycle of consoles, PCs are the biggest competition." Unquote.
Okay, so and also with the 4K PS Pro, it basically works like a 1080p graphics card. But Jay, then it can upscale a little bit.
But Jay, if that's their quote, right?
Right.
The specs on that PS4 Pro are like almost 5 iterations or 5 life cycles of PC but behind.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to compete with PCs, right?
Right.
That PS4 Pro is not the answer.
No, yeah, I know. You're just adding on to what I was saying. I was just saying, like, they're touting it as.
Oh, you're agreeing with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But the thing that got me, but then I had to sit back and think about it, is no 4K Blu-ray support.
What is that? And that is Sony's.
I think they're betting on their ecosystem. Mm-hmm. So, for example, the 4K Netflix, and then they're betting on people downloading the movies from the PlayStation Store.
Well, see,
because you can get a 4K movie from the PlayStation Store and just save it in your library.
I thought about that, but here's the problem with that. Okay. The problem with that is everyone streams. Okay. Right. The streaming, and you guys, I'm gonna put a link in when I put this on YouTube. I'm gonna put it in the bottom. If you watch it, there's a video of a guy did a comparison. If you watch a 4K Ultra, HD Blu-ray movie versus streaming in 4K, you lose so many packets that it's like night and day.
Well, yes, UDP though.
But you lose so many packets when you're streaming a 4K because, first of all, everyone's gonna have super internet in order to be able to stream, the way that it's intended to be. Because when you have it on the disc, it's right there for you. It's spinning there. I don't understand why Sony didn't put that on the PS4 Pro. And it's their baby. They own the patent for that. That is Sony's thing. Yeah. Like, Microsoft physically pays them for it to put it into the the 1S. Yeah. So why wouldn't Sony put it on their own system?
I think they're trying to tackle another market with this.
What's that?
I think they're trying to get to the people that are doing all digital. And there has to be a buffer. There has to be a buffering system that they're working out with Netflix to enable Netflix to take up a larger amount of bandwidth to get that data from the system from Netflix to the system.
So your thought, servers. But we don't. If we knew that, if they can, if that was the case, then I would give them a pass on it. But as of right now, we don't know. Like, right, these are very inferior specs.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, spec wise, I mean, video game people, we are spec, junkies. That's not a good system.
It's not a good system in comparison to
a PC.
A PC, yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
but if you come out and you say, "This is what we're competing with," and then you release that,
right? You're
going to a gunfight with a knife.
Absolutely.
But
you know what? It's funny because I mean we know this stuff, but like average individuals might not know this stuff. Mm-hmm. Like the background on like its comparison to a PC. Mm-hmm. Somebody might see the quote that you just read and say, "Oh, snaps, for real."
You know what? I agree with you on that, but eventually people are going to see it. They're going to see the difference between the two. And when you play a game on PC, like Batman, for instance, Arkham Knights, right? Yeah. You put it in, you play it, you see the smoke effects, you see the rain, you see, just the way the light shines, everything like that. Like, you're like blown away by it,
It's cheese.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think that, Sony thought this out. I think they shot themselves in the foot by releasing their specs because Microsoft got word of it. Yeah. And that's why they pushed back that Scorpio.
Oh yeah, they're let's make this. The Xbox S will hold us over.
Exactly.
Until I don't think Sony's done, but I think they need to worry about producing quality content and getting some release dates.
They got to get some kind of exclusives done, man. Like something, because like this whole life cycle, Sony's exclusives have been a joke.
Well, not the whole life cycle.
What games have we had so far?
Bloodborne, Uncharted 4.
What else?
Okay. Okay. Rocket League was an exclusive for PlayStation 4 a while.
But it came out for everything.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, there's been nothing. I mean, they banked on Microsoft's marketing department messing up and coming out with the Kinect.
Yeah.
We know that. Once Phil Spencer took over, they focused on games. They've been focusing hardcore on just the gamers.
Yeah.
And
that Gears is a problem.
Yes, that Gears is a problem.
And it's coming out at the right time
to
be a problem.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think that Sony is definitely putting out the system this year, which was kind of a weird thing to me. Because
it's weird all around.
It is. Everything with their movements right now is very weird. And I am the Xbox fanboy, but I own both systems. I love technology. I think at the end, I want all gamers to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But even like right now, it's like if you're going to choose which system to buy, you can't go wrong with either one. But I just wonder, like right now, like we saw God of War at E3, right? Did it look good?
It looked amazing.
Then what is the need for the PS4 Pro?
Exactly. To me, it's
what is the need? Exactly. What is the need for it? Because you can't come out and say, because that's the thing where I would give you the point where you said that maybe they're just for people who haven't bought it, but they come out with the PS4 Slim.
And the PS4 Slim, to me, is a waste.
Well, the PS4 Slim is for your point, I think, for people who haven't bought the original system. They're marketing this new PlayStation as if something that is totally new. It's just totally, the next gen, the next thing. And
I don't think they're doing that.
They need to just explain the fact that it's for VR. That's what it's for.
That is true.
That's what you do.
Side note on this.
Mm-hmm.
I know why Final Fantasy 15 got pushed back because it's supporting this new HDR crap.
Yeah.
I knew that. It's like I figured out the Da Vinci Code.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing that even puzzles me even more. If the fact that that they're pushing all these games back, they're remaking some of the stuff in HDR, but the original PS4 is going to be in HDR too with the patch. Right. So what is the use?
Double GPU. Which doesn't mean anything because you don't really need it to run the games.
They did a comparison. I read that they compared the GTX 1070, which isn't the best video card right now. It's a middle range video card, versus that PS4 Pro specs. Right, the 1070 beats it by almost 72%. Now mind you, that card is $400. Yeah. So PC gaming, PC gaming is different. It's nothing like just buying a system, putting the game in and it runs.
Right.
So it does take a little bit of legwork for a PC gamer to play. But I'm really puzzled by what Sony's doing right now.
It doesn't make any sense.
So piggyback on that, a little bit more puzzling. Okay? So Bethesda came out and just threw Sony under the bus because for the mods. So Sony is not allowing Skyrim or
I thought it was a joint decision.
No, it was Sony's decision. Bethesda came out and said it was Sony who put the axe to it. So it's Skyrim and Fallout. The Fallout mods. Yeah. So they said they didn't want them in there. I don't even know what the finesse is on that. Like, I don't know if it's a money thing.
I think it's the architecture, though. I think because Xbox One works on the Microsoft 10 or Windows architecture, it's easier to do mods than to do mods on the PS4. I think it might be a money and a resource issue.
You know what, man? I really just don't like. I think
how would you get the mods to the system?
No, you're right. I firmly believe you, but I think that they need to just scrap every idea on trying to win, and just make the same system and throw one logo on one, throw a logo. Pay Microsoft for the Windows patent. You put Windows on your system. Microsoft's already paying you for the Blu-ray drives. It's a hand-in-hand thing. We'll work something. We'll barter something, you know? You buy lunch one week, I'll buy lunch the next week.
Right.
And let's just all play in harmony. Because Sony also said that they put the kibosh to the cross-platform play for Rocket League. Yeah. But whereas Microsoft, saying that, Xbox is going to be able to play with PC gamers is kind of a moot point because they're all one and the same. Right. But I don't understand why they wouldn't jump on board with that.
Sony, man.
What's going on?
Like you said, they might be too cocky. They might be a little too cocky.
And remember that they were like this on the PS3 days.
Yeah, but I don't think they had that. I think the 360 had sold more than the PS3.
Yeah,
I'm almost sure.
The 360. The reason why the race with the PS3 and the 360 was so big too. 360 had all of them were breaking. Remember, everybody had the red ring of death, but they still were winning.
Wrapped it in that towel.
Oh man, man, that was such a. Anytime you had to turn on the system and pray that it didn't go red, like, oh man, the red ring of death was probably the worst thing ever, man. That's like a flat tire. Yeah, no, that was worse than a flat tire. That was like your engine just blowing because your system was done.
Yeah, it was done.
Once you saw the red rings, it was a wrap.
You know what's interesting? You know who the winner is?
Who's that?
Nintendo.
Absolutely.
And X-Men, it's got some people stoked. Like,
it does.
Because it's almost the mystery of it, what it looks like, how it's going to perform. Nintendo knows what they're doing, man.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be at the Tokyo Game Show, of course.
Yeah.
They'll probably do a Nintendo Direct, and I don't think it'll be this year. I think it'll be like first quarter next year.
I think it'll be first quarter next year, but I think what Nintendo has right, though, bro, is that they never have cared about graphically just being the best. Right. They have IPs that sell. Heck, they put the Mario Run game at the Apple conference, and it took over more than the iPhone 7 did. Right. Everyone was talking about that. Nintendo is definitely poised to win. Not so much win the war. They won't, because this war is over with. I think Sony has so much of a big lead. But I want, in the end, like we always say, I want gamers to win, man.
And I think they will. I think that NX, man, is going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get to a point where if you want power, get a PC. But if you want creativity, who are you going to go to? Because who makes the most creative games?
Yeah.
Side note. Okay. Something really creepy. There's this game for for PSVR.
Oh, I'm not playing that. Yo, that game was giving people heart problems, man.
No, not the scary game.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's
called Summer Lessons or something like this.
What?
It's like you're a person and you just spend your entire days with this Japanese girl.
What?
I know, right? It's freaking weird.
Yo, cats need to get out the crib, man.
They do.
Listen, I'm all about video games, but I love my wife.
Yeah,
all right? You need to get out the house and do things.
Absolutely. You cannot have a virtual friend.
Absolutely not.
It's going to sell it there.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to sell in Japan, man.
Oh, it's going to.
Those cats.
Well, in Japan, they got it was a big documentary on that.
Yeah.
Where, like, for the lack of better terms, they were just like, I'd rather just have virtual reality than go be with a person. Like, the dudes was like, I'd rather be with this virtual chick.
Yeah.
And nobody can love me better than me. And
that's nuts.
Yeah, and that's what it was. But in turn, there was no kids, man.
Yeah.
There's no babies being born. And
I am so stoked for Gears of War, man.
You should be.
October.
But I'm gonna tell you, Gears of War is making me push this 4K barrage from me, though.
Oh, it's gonna be cheap.
Because remember, we saw it. Remember seeing it on that monitor.
Oh yeah,
that was 4K.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, that vision has been in my brain, and I did a bad job of explaining it to my wife. I explained it to her today. Yeah. She thought I just wanted a bigger TV. But when I explained it to her what 4K was, what it does, and how, like, basically, because when we first got married, we moved in together. She had tube TVs. I thought the TVs were going to eat me. Okay, she had Poltergeist televisions. I don't know. It was like 8,000 pounds. It was a 32 inch. I took a year off my life moving it. All right, but I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah,
that hurts. But what I'm saying though is when we got together, we bought our 60-inch, right? And we brought it home, had 120 hertz, 60 frames per second, blah blah. Yep. It was like looking at. You would have thought that whoever the actor was with us. Like that was a family member at that point. So when I explained it to her that 4K is 4 times that, she was on board.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so I definitely am that Gears of War gaming in 4K is what I'm looking forward to. The fact that, and I'm actually going to play it on PC. You know, I'm probably going to get a 1070 and play it on my PC. And I'm having it on Xbox too. I want to get on the Xbox One S. I'm trying to overhaul everything. I'm flipping everything, man. I'm listening. You come back. I'm doing it all. I'm just doing it all, little B style. But so 4K has got me pushed out. But that Gears of War is going to be amazing.
Gears of War is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. Man. So are you going to buy one a PS4 Pro?
I'm on the fence, but probably not.
Okay.
The reason being is, and this is another reason I'm somber today, man.
Okay.
So remember we were talking earlier, and I was like, let me verify my TVs real quick.
Your TV's not HDR?
No. Neither one of them. Oh my gosh, save me.
Flipadelphia. Listen, get your PowerPoint together, explain to the wife. I'm going to tell you, it's nothing worse than a married man going to explain to your wife that you want to get something new and she shoots you down. Yeah. Because when I was somber for like 3 days. I had to go do research, and I was like, you know what? It dawned on me. I didn't do a good job explaining what it is.
Yeah, you got to, man.
You better go, man.
I have to.
You have to.
Man.
For the culture, you have to do it.
It hurt because the one I have in the game room now is a 40-inch, and it's ultra high def, and it just has upscaling. So it's like you're there.
So it's not, but it's not 4K.
It's 4K.
Is it 4K?
Samsung calls their 4K ultra high def,
but it's not 4K.
But it is 4K. Okay. It's the same thing. But
it's not 4K, people.
It is. They just call it ultra high def.
Do they call it 4K?
Huh?
Did they call it 4K?
No,
then it's not 4K, sir.
Sir, that's their name for 4K.
I'm not buying it. When I come over, you have an inferior TV. You'll see the 65-inch love over here, and I'll say, oh, well, you don't have that. So, yeah, I'm going to swag on you.
Give me a cot, lady. Give me a cot.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I just really, though, in all seriousness, man, this week has been very puzzling for me. Because, like I said, I want all gamers to win, but I don't really understand what Sony was doing.
And their conference, man, was huge.
Dude, it was like watching a family member die. It's so seriously, bad. I'm just watching like, will you die already? Like, get out of here. They were talking, and it was like they didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it was like it was forced to do their homework.
Absolutely. But then when he comes out, the guy comes out, I don't remember the dude's name. He looks like a funky car salesman. He had a short sleeve dress shirt on too, which I never trust people with short sleeve dress. Don't ever trust people with short sleeve dress shirts out there, people. But yeah, so he's out there and he's holding it. And he's got this big smug, smile.
It was uncomfortable.
And it looked. First of all, the 1S got smaller, but the PS4 Pro got bigger.
Like, and it does almost exactly the same thing.
Exactly, the 1S. You can't defend this today. You gonna get this work. You gonna have a
hamburger. It looks like a hamburger.
Yes.
Like 2 buns, paws, and a patty in the middle.
What is it though, man? Like, what are they doing right now, bro?
Man, it's the size of a small child.
Okay, you're right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't. If you were looking at me for answers today, I don't have answers, man.
Okay, good. And I'm glad you came here with an open mind. I'm glad we could talk about this, man. And I'm glad Kevin isn't here because he would be over there trying to defend this mess, and he would definitely try to. He would try to, but I don't get it, man. I just don't. I really don't get what they're doing right now. And I'm not saying Microsoft. If you're Microsoft, if you're just sitting back with your hand on your chin, like, yeah, they did it. They shot themselves in the foot like the Dallas Cowboys. So they're ready. But we'll see. Microsoft could blow it too.
They could. They're known for it.
Yeah. No, they're not known for it. They did it that one time.
Well, hey.
Ever since the God Phil Spencer, I'm gonna get a Phil Spencer tat. Because ever since he's been back, I want to.
Some changes, man.
He has been making some changes, man. He's been doing well, man.
He's shifting it. I
like
what he's doing.
I do. I like what he's doing. So.